Oh, no, I watched the game. It was nice. Was very happy for him. Obviously, would love to experience how they feeling.
Right. Piggyback on some of that momentum.
Nah, it don't go like that.
It don't go
It
like
don't work
that.
like that. I'm a realist, but definitely would love to, end our season the way they did. They did a great job of, being consistent, and I know they had a lot of adversity going throughout the season, and shout out to the Rangers, man. It's amazing.
You follow and appreciate other players at your position in this league. Just the level A.J. Brown is playing at right now, and I think he's the first guy ever to have 125 or more in 6 straight games. Just what you see him doing and his level of performance.
Nah, he's on another level right now, as you said, and just the connection that he's built with Jalen, and that's a brotherhood that they've built throughout time, and obviously they understand each other. So when they out there, it's clicking. So happy for him, man. I wish well for him. Obviously not versus us, but definitely a fan of him, fan of his game, and see him on Sunday.
Can you talk about the connection you have with Dak? Even going back to last year, when Dak came back, your numbers just jumped, and certainly we see what you guys have done the past couple of weeks. What is it about you and Dak when he throws it to you? It seems like the ball always gets caught.
That's ideal, ain't it?
But catch percentage is not like that for everybody.
We definitely, that's a lot of banked reps that we have, years of, routes, years of timing, years of, conversations, and for it to come into fruition, a year in and year out, whenever I have the opportunity of playing with him, I'm having fun out there, and I'm sure it ultimately ends up in a dub.
Most people would say this is your biggest game since the bad loss at San Francisco. Does what happened there affect your motivation, determination to play at a different level in this game?
Not necessarily. That San Fran game kind of behind me now. Obviously, I let out a side of myself, which is I'm not necessarily convenient, but that's a part of me. I'm passionate about this game, and to see it change since has been amazing.
What's the funniest or meanest thing you've heard from a Philly fan as you've been getting ready to play the game?
I feel like that's a trap question. Definitely, but I'm not gonna quote them. But I've had my fair share of Philly fans in my DM.
How important will it be for the offense and the team as a whole to get off to a fast start and quiet that crowd?
It's not necessarily about. Yes, fast start. That's the best way, to start a game. But just being composed, because they're gonna have their plays. They're gonna have the ball a couple times. They got playmakers on both sides of the ball just as well as we do. So going into the game, it's going to be a heavyweight match. And just staying composed, staying true to ourselves. And, we live for these big games. I'm ready for it.
You mentioned showing.
Is the offense clicking like y'all hoped it would click, in the offseason? Y'all finally be able to get in the groove, get in sync with y'all? This is who y'all are.
We've been getting better week in and week out, week by week, and taking it week by week practice, hitting it hard, competing with each other, and knowing we don't want to, put out that same feeling that we put out versus San Fran.
You've been able to be a part of this Eagles-Cowboys rivalry. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about it?
Jalen. Honestly, playing with him in 2019, and then for us to be on, division rivals is kind of crazy because I don't necessarily wish bad on him, but I hope he don't beat us. Type. But, I love his game, very familiar with it, and he's a winner.
You were talking about in that San Francisco game about showing a side of you. A.J. Brown early in the season when he wasn't getting the ball had a similar sort of conversation. You've talked about that before, just the ability to frame that in a positive context and then perform right after doing that. Is that what you've been able to do and what you've seen A.J. do there in Philly as well?
I feel like that's kind of the mentality that we have similar. We feel the need to touch the ball in the game and be impactful. And in that situation, obviously, it's been history ever since. So just grinding, understanding what I bring to the table as far as a teammate, a brother, and a friend. Knowing how much I can impact this offense and how much more explosiveness that we can, endure. But it's just getting on the understanding. It happened early on in the year. You're trying to figure yourself out, and then after that, it's just you got to hit the ground running.
After the catch, what are you thinking?
After the catch, scoring a touchdown.
How much is Yak important to you?
Very important. That's my identity. That's the type of player I am. I'm a Yak player.
We
Back to
asked you a
Jalen
lot
Hurts.
about Dak being the same kind of guy, the same kind of leader. It's a pretty big test of that coming out of the San Fran game. What have you seen? And you all have had some conversations, obviously, since that game. What have you seen from Dak in the last couple of weeks in the way that he has kind of led this bunch after that?
He hasn't really changed. I mean, being a leader is not about changing your approach every time something bad goes wrong. And he did a great job of staying neutral and knowing who he is and knowing how much he means to this offense. And it's very important that he plays great, and then we win. We look good. So him coming in as a competitor and as a leader of this team, he knows, he understands that, and he understands he's willing to take on all the pressure that comes with it.
Back to Jalen Hurts real quick. Do you think that you guys are able to keep the same friendship being on rival teams that you would have maybe if he was on a different team?
Absolutely. We love football. We're very passionate about this game. We love winning, but at the end of the day, when it strikes fourth quarter and 0-0 on the table, like on the clock, you're probably going to be feeling some type of way if you lose, but at the end of the day, that's your brother. Y'all competing, y'all changing your family's life, you're changing your lives, and understanding like what this game is doing for us as a whole. You got to pay your dues, man. And I mean, like I said, that's my brother. Honestly, we built a great connection in about a year, so it's been good.
So what are the challenges going up against Darius Slay?
Very smart, very talented individual. He's seen pretty much everything. So just kind of playing mind games with him as we get going early and playing fast.
Some people seem a little surprised at the way Jalen has developed as a true quarterback and a thrower coming into this league based on where he was coming in. I assume that doesn't surprise you, what he's doing based off of the time you spent with him.
Not at all. You go look at his numbers in college with Riley, with the offense that we had. He was still very successful. And the ability to move the ball, and I know I'm talking about college, but he was also another Heisman finalist. So that goes to show, like, he has the ability to lead the offense, to overcome pretty much anything that's riding on the game, and he's definitely a big game hunter. So excited to see him out there performing, and praying for his healthy.
Thanks, CeeDee.